What is up, guys? Happy Friday. I hope you guys had a great trading week. Let me go ahead and see. Hope you guys had a great trading week. We're gonna go ahead and look at Bitcoin, right? Austin sent in his trade idea, and I do like the structure on this. I do like this, right? Just on what he's sending in. I do like the break of structure to the downside. I do like the change of direction. Technically, if this is my left shoulder, right? This is my stop loss. Okay, so the market can mess around. It can do what it wants to do. This can be liquidity. If we sweep and the market goes lower, that's okay. As long as it doesn't break and close below this low, technically, we're good still, right? So if the market wants to mess around, but as long as we get this change of character back up, we can go ahead and shift the market back up. And that's what we want to see. As long as we see this setup, guys, this is the thing. As long as we can see the break of structure and understand that the dominant low will always be our stop loss to the head and shoulder, right? Let the market create liquidity. I do like this like liquidity. And if we can go ahead and sweep that, I want to see if we can go ahead and change direction. See if we can go ahead and take those buys, right? So if that's what happens, if we get something like this, guys, if the market sweeps liquidity, let's go ahead and see if we could find an invert in the market structure and send that market back up, right? But as of right now, that's I do like this with the structure. But Carlos said to go look at the 15, so let's go ahead and look at the 15 minute. Let's see. So I'm on the daily right now. Looks like the market is respecting the daily starting point at the moment, right? We do have an inverted down here as well. Would not mind. Don't even have an alert set. Um, yeah, would not mind. Especially, do we see anything specific, guys, on this chart? Right? Hold on, give me a second. Can we see anything specific on this chart that's telling me the market wants to go higher? Does anybody have an idea? Let's just follow the structure, right? We have a higher high, we have a higher low. Now, as soon as we get this break of structure, if you guys can see it, go ahead and draw on my chart. Notice how we get a high here, the market pulls back. We get a high here, the market starts pulling back, starts coming into our buy zones. Can we see anything that is telling me the market wants to go higher? Now, we don't know when, but it is letting me know. It is giving me a hint saying, hey, the market wants to go higher. Can anybody see it? Give me a 5 if you can see it, guys, and give me a question mark if you can't. Yes, Nova, the equal highs. Let's go. The equal highs. Now, this market might have cleared it out, but yeah, see, this market cleared it out, but this is still looking like equal high structure. Like if it was like this, if we had a nasty wick like that, I'd be like, okay, I get it. But it's very slightly, right? So for me, this is still equal high type of market structure to me, right? So let's go ahead. Now, on the way down, we have a daily starting point. We can see the market does give us a liquidity sweep or a break of structure to the downside. So let's go ahead. Now, my change of direction line as of right now on the daily time frame would be here, right? So we've yet to get that. So as of right now, technically, right? Technically, inside of this area, if we are looking at this, notice how the market is following suit when it comes to the structure. Break a structure to the downside. This is a huge starting point, but technically this is the counter trend daily starting point, right? Market comes in there, sells off. We get another break of structure. This is now the current starting point. So notice this is why the market is messing around inside this zone. So if the market does not change direction, right, and respects this zone, we can definitely go a little lower. Give me a 3 if that makes sense. Let's go, right? Now, let's go ahead and take a look. I do like I'm sorry, inverted head and shoulder here. This would be my stop loss. Now this alone looks like this would already be a 1 to 3. If we can take opportunities like this and send it to to the all-time highs, that's already a 1 to 6, right? And again, like these are where we maximize our dollar down to the pennies, right? And spots like this. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the spot where the market takes off because we also have a really, really good buy zones down here. But again, we're not just buying anywhere. We're buying where smart money is playing, where banks are playing, right? We know that the liquidity was swept here and the banks manipulated everybody and then continued higher. What does that do? That makes everybody buy, 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 buy. Now, at this time, these are all-time highs. Everybody and their mom was talking about Bitcoin. So what are people doing? Buying, 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 right? Guys, the institutions are always going to want to drive the price down to scare everybody else, but give them a good entry point, right? They want to maximize their dollar too. And I want to do that right here, right? So we're either waiting for extra confirmation in this area, right? In this area, or we're waiting for the market to drop down lower. So let's go ahead and drop down the 4. Let's look at his. He was looking for buys. Got you. Now, this is the thing, right? It is in sell territory, but somebody has to take a loss. Who's it going to be, right? We have the buyers. We have the bullish BOS with our bullish starting point. Now, the market is trapped. Now, let's just go ahead and just minimize these things for the visual purpose, right? Let's go ahead and delete this too for the visual purpose. Now, this is the thing, right? The market is trapped inside the buy zone and inside the sell zone. So this is the thing, right? If the market does respect this buy zone, the market will definitely give us a change of direction that we're looking for. But if the market does not respect this buy, then what do we get? If the market breaks and closes below this box, we have a change of direction. Notice in every direction, we need a change of direction, guys. When the market is in a downtrend, we have lower low, lower high, lower low. In order to change direction, we need to break and close above this high. Now, when the market is heading up there, we need the same thing. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Is the market going to change direction and head down? Or is this move going to give us the change of direction we need to go higher? Right? So I'm telling you guys, knowing your breaks or structures and your change of direction, guys, literally is in my opinion, like 70% of the battle when it comes to trading. And I'm talking about more like mind games, because as soon as you understand structure, like you're already going to be like on a great path, right? Better than most, right? Better than most. And then as soon as you start implementing everything else, like it literally just falls together. Like it's insane. Right now, we have the change of direction here. So, and I do like, I ain't gonna lie, I do like these equal low type this equal low type structure here. Um, let's see. The thing is, like when I'm looking for buys, I like to look for buys like that look like this. Very, very sharp. Where the market's heading down to take liquidity, and then we're out right away. I don't like the head and shoulders that give me extra liquidity and then we take off. I'm not really looking to buy off those, right? So right here, when it comes to this isn't really telling me buy. This is telling me, hey, we want to head lower for a little bit. Even if the market does head just a bit lower, just to sweep this liquidity, and then we change character, I would be way more likely to take this one because it came to sweep this liquidity. It was a fast, clean sweep, and then we changed direction right away, right? So just keep that in mind. This doesn't look like it's ready to continue buying at all. But I'm not saying that this can't respect, because I do see a head and shoulder here as well, right? When the market is in a downtrend, we do like to see head and shoulders. I do see a BOS, and I do see this change of direction to the downside if you're looking at it in the head and shoulder market structure. Right? So that would be my BO, or I'm sorry, my shoulder. So everything is coming together here, right? Everything is coming together here. So this can respect. This area can respect, go a little higher, possibly come into this right shoulder, and then continue selling, right? So you have to go with your bias because you are in really good zones. Even though the market structure is telling us we want to go lower in the future, we don't know when, right? We don't know when, and we know there's buy opportunities here. But the thing you need to know is everything all together, right? You need to know what we just broke down. You need to know the liquidity, right? We need to understand that if there's liquidity, it doesn't have to go right away. We just know, we need to know that it wants to go in the future, right? But we need to have that marked up. You need to have everything marked up in detail. But the thing is, we don't know when the big moves are going to happen, what direction they're going to go. But we need to understand the next move, right? Austin is looking for buys here, and I can totally see it, and I can totally understand why, based off the structure inside of here. He's looking for buys, but if it does not hold and it changes direction, well, what does Austin need to do? He needs to flip his bias from buy and now start looking for some sell opportunities. Give me an 8 if that makes sense. We'd have a left shoulder here, the head. Now, shoot, this little hiccup right here in the candle structure, that might be the starting point. I don't know, right? We might have a breakout rally, something like that. This might be the brand new starting point, right? I don't even know. I'm just foreseeing, and we need to start thinking in probabilities. Let's go, let's go. So let's drop down to a 1 hour time frame, and that would be it right here. This is what he's looking for. Yeah, that's what he's looking for. I do like this. He said Carlos said drop down to the 15-minute. Yeah, honestly, that does help a lot because sometimes we're on the right track when it comes to market structure, looking at it like this, right? I mean, if you look at it like this is totally it's in an uptrend, it's flowing up higher. Market is giving you everything you need to see, flowing higher, break a structure to the upside. Starting point is respecting, right? That was a smack off the starting point, right? But at some point, sometimes these lower time frames are gonna have to end with their continuation. Now, I'm not saying it's not like this. This can definitely play out. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it can't. But the higher time frame zones are where they do have those brick walls. And that's how you know you could also ride your next trade. Like if this hits, bro, this technically, this starting point has already been hit, bro. Like it's good. It's holding it down right now. This zone can still send the market to the downside, right? But technically, this zone's it. Like I would be looking to take my next sells way up here. So if this zone does hold, bro, that is a nice little baggo, right? Stop loss there. I'll be looking to take some next sales there. That's already a 1 to 3 right there. I'm not looking to take sales off this zone anymore. It's already been used. However, it is holding it down. It is holding structure down at the moment, right? Respect number 1, 2, and it's doing its thing at the moment. So let's see. If you're in this trade, Austin, I do like this. This is the next best buy setup. So cool. Let's go, bro. Let's see. Let's see. Before. All right, looks like, whoa, this is a lot. Key level.
So
I see the
initially,
before. Now this is the after.
initially I was looking for the buy to sweep the liquidity, but once the price hit the previous all-time high, it did a change of direction for the sell, and I was able to catch that sell.
Oh, I do know what you're looking at. This was a shoulder too. I do see that. I do see that. This is NAS, right? Okay, let's go to NAS. Let's see. What did this bounce off of? What are you looking at right here? That's what I'm curious about.
I actually was the previous high was right
Previous
there.
all-time highs.
Yeah. So when once it broke that, I was expecting to go higher, but it had a change of direction to the downside.
I mean, previous all-time highs.
Right there, the left shoulder.
I mean, if you're talking about, I mean, just from what I'm seeing, it looks like it's the body of the all-time highs, but I mean, the all-time
Uh,
highs looks
the
like it's
left,
this right here. So,
go to the left.
but nonetheless, nice sell because I mean that movement alone, 400 pips plus, which is nice if you're able to catch it. Now the thing is with indices, right? Or with NAS, with NAS, the market is still flowing. Now, the thing is with NAS, the market is caught in structure right now. It's stuck inside a structure. The market is not really flowing higher with momentum anymore. It's not really flowing as well as it was, right? It's not really flowing as well as it was. Now it's starting to cool down and slow down, right? Which is understandable. If we're looking at the higher time frame, it's really due for a pullback. We have a starting point there. And right now, the market is, if you look at this, the market literally is just building liquidity. We are due for a nasty candle to drop on the weekly slash month on monthly. It's gonna look like this though. It's gonna take its time, but on the monthly candle, it's gonna look like this. The candle's gonna drop, hit our zone, and then it's gonna turn like this. Look at it. It's gonna look like this. And it might even turn blue. And it might even turn blue. Right? I'm telling you guys, the market is due for a nasty drop with the indices, building a lot of liquidity at the moment. So as we look at this, right? Okay, we can identify liquidity. That's cool. But now let's go ahead and stick with structure, right? Notice, what do we have, guys? We have a breaker structure to the upside. Now, if that is my breaker structure, where's my change of character, guys? Super important. Everybody knows this. You guys want to learn how to trade indices? You guys have to focus on the structure. If this is my higher high, if this is my higher low, this higher low made this higher high, where's my change of direction line? Good job, good job. Anybody else want to go ahead and give it a shot? Let's go. All right, so guys, we stick with the flow. Bro, we have some vets, bro. We have some vets on the call. Let's see. Nobody else wants to go ahead and give it a shot. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go, Nova. Let's go, Fernanda. Let's go. All right, bet. Good. I was gonna start calling some people out. I ain't gonna lie. All right, good. Thank you guys for participating. So this would be definitely an earliest change of direction. I personally do not like to go with these. Now, these may happen. These may give you opportunities. But right now with the flow of the indices, this isn't what I'm looking for at the moment. Especially it's not rejecting off anything specific. You know, there is nothing to go off of. So right now, personally, I would not be going off that. However, if this is my higher high and that high made this low made this high, guys, the market has this whole bottom space to play with, right? This right here is my change of direction line. So the market is right now is messing around. It's literally hanging out inside this range. Market is building liquidity, building liquidity. Now the market can easily continue to the downside just for a little bit, just to sweep this liquidity. And as soon as we get this change of direction, we are gone. Why? Because one, liquidity was cleared, right? Liquidity was cleared. And two, the market never closed below my higher low changing direction. It stayed within within the parameters. Give me an 8 if that makes sense, guys. Which is why, I mean, it's still going higher, right? I mean, for me, this was like the ugliest buy opportunity, in my opinion, just because it was all throughout liquidity. I haven't even participated in indices yet because, I mean, it just looked bad. Um, the only thing that kind of looks decent right now, oops, would be this. We sweep liquidity here, and we also change direction here. That's the only thing that kind of looks half decent inside of here. But again, knowing that, guys, this is still liquidity. It wants you to participate. Now, again, you can, by all means, do what your gut is telling you to do, right? You've gone this far, um, with trusting your gut. Hopefully, it's in a positive way. If it isn't in a positive way, you've been trusting your gut and you just haven't been getting the greatest outcomes, guys, you guys need to understand you are participating inside of liquidity. Yes, you can see the structure inside of here. It wants you to forget about the equal lows, and it wants you to find this structure. Now, again, I'm not saying it can't hit. You have to be picky for yourself. I'm very picky, right? So I can identify this, right? I do see this with my own two eyes, my own four eyes, right? But I'm not going to be taking this off the first touch. Personally, for me, I won't be. Why? Because I can see liquidity here, right? I can see liquidity there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wait for my change of direction. I'm gonna wait for this, and as soon as I get that, now I would be willing to run my odds here. But to be the first one in, I'm not really down because I see this. Now, again, just because I get this move, like let's say this does happen, right? Let's say this does give me an opportunity. It does give me a buy opportunity. Just because I get that does not mean the market's gonna go higher. It has to break this low and this low. Technically, if this is the higher high, the market needs to break and close above that to make new highs. Right now, the market is stuck inside consolidation. Now, I know you guys know reversals. I know you guys know reversals, guys. Does this look like it's ready to reverse? You guys tell me. Does that look like a head and shoulder? Or if we get something like this, would that look more like a head and shoulder ready to go? For me, I like this, right? I like that. This doesn't look as ready, right? Let's say this market does give me an opportunity. Send the market up. Okay, cool. If the market does not break and close above this red dot, it's creating more liquidity. It's creating more liquidity. Wait for this liquidity to be swept so we can go ahead and enter with confidence here to shift that market up. That's what I'm looking for. Now, if you guys have a different bias, I get it. Go ahead, send it in. But this is for me, this is what I'm looking at. It just does not look clean to me personally. But I get it. If you have a different bias, I understand we all look at it different a little bit. So if you guys have anything with NAS, go ahead and send it in. The only thing that looks half decent is the starting point, with the breakout and this here. So nothing too crazy in my opinion. I just do not like this equal lows. I do not like that equal lows at all. At all, at all. So just keep that in mind, guys, right? The market can go low. Trust what you see always, but understand where the money is sitting. There's a lot of money sitting right here. Even this, a lot of money sitting right there, guys. The market right now is trapped inside of here, between this low and this high right now. A lot of liquidity. So do not be surprised. I'm telling you, do not be surprised if we have a nasty drop to the bottom to clear out all this money. Right? Do not be surprised. Um, any pair you guys want me to look at? We got 30 minutes. Any pair you guys want me to look at? Let's see. Let's look at some random stuff. Nat gas. What's its pair? What's it called, bro? Is it just called nat gas? XNGUSD. Which one do you look at? FX open, IC markets.
It's actually Wanda.
Let's look at IC markets. Always go to higher time frame, guys. Anytime you look at a new chart, always go to higher time frame. What is the market telling you on higher time frame? All right. So just based off of this structure here, I mean, can you guys see it before I even thank you, Catherine? I will look at that when I'm done here. Anything you guys want me to look at? Any charts you guys are looking at? You guys are waiting for? Maybe some losses you guys took this week. We can go ahead and look at those. Some wins you guys took. Guys, send them in. Send them in. Awesome. I'll get to that right away. Right after this one. Guys, can you guys see what we're looking at structure-wise? Let me know. Let me know. This is what I'm seeing, right? We have higher low, or let's just say low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. What are we looking at here? Notice we have a break of structure to the upside, and then we have a change of direction to the downside. What can you see here, guys? What are you looking at? Oops. What are you looking at? Are you looking at a starting point? Okay, Fernandez sees the starting point to the downside. Who, who else can see the starting point? She said, yo, I see the starting point right there. Bet. Mark it up. For me, anytime I see a break of structure, I'm always looking at this like a head and shoulder. So I see head and shoulder right there. Right? Now notice head and shoulder overlap right on top of each other with the starting point. Now, we haven't got that yet. Similar zones for head and shoulder. Let's go. Right? We haven't got there yet. However, let's go back down here. Right? We have a break of structure to the upside right here. Let's go, Austin. Let's go, baby. We have a break of structure there and a break of structure here. Market gives us a nice breakout rally to the upside. Awesome. Cool. At the moment, this is our counter trend buy opportunity, but it's still giving us a really good structure to use because we have a nice breakout and we still have a monthly starting point. This is a monthly starting point, guys. Think about it. So let's go to the weekly. We can go ahead and shrink that down. You see how the weekly starting point is here. We can go ahead and use this one now. So now the market has some room to drop. Let's see. What are you looking at specifically, Austin? Curious to know. Curious to know.
So I've been staring at natural gas since I started.
Damn, look at this, guys. Even on futures, bro. Someone said on my YouTube that you can't trade levels on futures. I was like, bro, my boy Austin, you don't even know. He sends in charts all the time, and I look at it with my levels eyes. Change of direction,
um, yeah, I'm
starting
looking
point.
for longs
Man, I
in
don't know
natural
about you
gas
guys,
actually.
but we're smacking on futures. I mean, it sucks you can't really do this on lower time or on the lower time. I mean, you can't trade like this with the higher time frames because futures, from my uh from what I hear from everybody, it's better on lower time frames, right? But nonetheless, look at what everything is respecting, right? Now check me out. We have a breaker structure here to the downside. We have a starting point here. So now we are on the weekly time frame. We have a weekly starting point for sells and a weekly starting point for buys. and we are right smack in the middle of everything, right? Right smack in the middle of everything. Let's go ahead and drop down to the daily. What did market respect? Why did the market start turning around? Let's go this way. Okay. Do you guys see why the market started? This is what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing the structure. You know how we talked about we don't like seeing head and shoulders with equal bottoms like this, and then the market goes? Notice how the market just drops and changes direction right away. I was looking at that and I'm like, okay, it looks like the market's heading up right now a little bit, especially with this pullback that I'm looking at. It looks like it wants to start heading back up to that sell opportunity. Now, I see that and I want to look left to see what the market respected so well. Guys, you should always be looking left. Always hop on a higher time frame and always look left. What can you see, guys? What can you see? We have a breakout rally here, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high. Notice my starting point, I'm sorry, my breakout rally is right here. Again, guys, this is on futures, bro. Futures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue candles. My daily starting point is right here. Let's take a look. It's a nasty snipe. Market starts heading up. Let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. I do like sells way up here because there's a lot of liquidity still sitting. I do like sales way up here. Not only that, guys, if the market wants to go higher, if the market wants to go high, oops, if the market wants to go higher, you know what I want to see when the market starts to pull back? Anytime the market wants, yes, I know we draw the markets like this, right? Yes, we draw the markets like this to show you guys. So you guys can understand what breakage structure, what higher high and higher lows are. But look, this is what I want to see. If the market is going to continue going higher, notice how this is my higher high. And look at this. What would you consider this, guys? One touch, two touch, three touch. What would you guys consider that right there? Oh,
Trend line.
Austin, you trade higher time frames with futures, bro?
Yeah, bro. It respects pretty
I
well,
didn't know
actually.
that. I might have to tap in then. Because that's the
It,
only reason why I haven't traded futures because I thought it only benefited scalpers. I'm gonna have to tap in with you,
nah,
bro.
nah. It's really
I'm
good with
very
higher
interested
time
now.
frames.
Equal highs. Let's go, Catherine. Let's go. We have equal highs, which is what? Liquidity, which is telling me there is incentive to go higher. So we have liquidity we can tackle there. Not only that, there's liquidity we can tackle a bit higher, and sales are better, much higher anyways, right? So let's go ahead. Nothing changes, guys, honestly. I know I talk a bit different and I dive in a bit different, so we can advance as we go, but look at the structure. Do we break structure? Yes, we do. Let's mark it up as a BOS. We have higher high, higher low, higher high. This is my breakout rally, a 2 candle breakout rally right there. Okay. We have a starting point, and I'm seeing a head and shoulder as well. Can anybody see it? Can anybody see it? Again, we're within this area here. We're in this area here. Oops. Go ahead and annotate on my chart, Jennifer, if you can see it. Because again, my stop loss, this higher low, is my head. I'm looking for an inverted. Where's my shoulder, Jennifer? If you can see it, where's my shoulder? Hint, I'm giving you guys a hint. My head is this low. Sorry, I know I moved the chart on you. My head is this low. So if I'm looking this like an inverted, my liquidity sweep, which is my left shoulder, and then the breakout would be my change of direction. So this would be my shoulder. So again, the market has till all the way down here. The market can mess around, drop, drop. But as long as it doesn't hit our stop loss, we are good. The market has until this low. Does that make sense, guys? Austin, does that make sense, bro? I know you know, but I want to know if that makes sense to you, bro.
Yes, sir. Makes sense.
All
Question
right,
for
bet,
you.
bet, bet. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm looking at. I'm curious to know what you're looking at, Austin. I do like those buys right there, and I do like sales a bit higher. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Go to the weekly real quick. Yeah, I do like sales. I am favoriting sales because we are flowing to the downside on the weekly time frame, and we are still pushing the sell bias based off of the change of direction. So obviously, we wanted this market to pull back and touch my starting point, but it failed, and it gave us a head and shoulder to sell the market, and it's respecting, and structure is respecting at the moment, and it needs this weekly pullback. However, on the daily time frame or on the 4 hour time frame, we have already um no yeah, sorry. On this daily time frame, daily weekly time frame, we need this pullback. So we are waiting. This would be a counter trend buy to our trend continuation sell. Just so you guys know and are aware, right? Market is bearish on higher time frame, right? This can easily be a pullback, right? Lower low. We're trying to catch these buys to make this lower high to continue making lower lows, right? We are stuck in the middle right now. So this is how you catch opportunities as the market is being created. So equal lows or equal so if equal lows or highs continue trend. That's what I like to give that's a tip that I give myself, yes. Because if the market wants to continue, it'll give a little bit of liquidity to continue going higher. Even if it sweeps it just a little bit, it'll continue and then start heading down. So when I see equal highs and the market is trending higher, the market wants to go higher. We don't know when, right? It can bounce off of this and continue, or it can go lower and bounce off of this and continue, right? But when I see that, I'm like, okay, the market wants to go a bit higher, right? So if the market is continuing the trend and you see equal lows or equal highs, and you're expecting to continue trend, oh, you're like, all right, bet, bro. Let's get it, right? Let's get it. Let's see what Catherine got going. Are you looking? Okay, she is looking for sales, it looks like. This is the fib tool. The fib tool, okay, 886. All right, I do see what you're looking at. Based off of your fib. What we on US dollar, Japanese yen. Let's see. I'm not liking the structure here. Looks like a lot of liquidity too. However, I do see what you're looking at here based off of breakout and your fib. So let's go to USDJPY. 1 hour setup, 4 hour setup, bet. Oh yeah. Guys, what can you guys see? What can you guys see right away? I need you guys to answer. Liquidity. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Catherine. Yes, a lot of liquidity. A lot of liquidity. Now, this is the thing. We do sweep some of this liquidity, right? We do sweep some of that. The market was stuck inside of this high and this low for a second. I mean, technically, we still are. But notice how, what does structure do? When we sweep the liquidity, notice what does the structure do? We sweep liquidity. Do we change direction? If we change direction, this was a pretty decent sell. That is a very iffy change of direction. But if you took that and you took this sell opportunity, that move was for you, right? And that's not that change of direction is very iffy. For me, it is very iffy for me personally. For you, if you're like, bro, it's right there, run it. Okay, cool. Do what you do. Trust your gut. I just don't like change of directions like that. However, I do like that it swept liquidity here. I do like that. And I do like that it gave me a brand new setup inside, right? We did sweep liquidity and then we changed direction, right? I do like that. I do like that a lot. And we were already anticipating sales, right? We were already anticipating sales. So sometimes, guys, just like we said, market isn't always going to come to us right away. And in this case, it didn't. So we have to be ready and set on our toes. So in this trade idea, let me see. What was this one? Was it this one that I was talking about? No, I don't think it was. All right. So I forgot what trade idea it was. But this idea is an idea I would be interested in if the market does not hit my zone, right? Because I think it was NAS. NAS sold in the middle of nowhere, right? But for me, we were already expecting sales. Excuse me. We were already expecting sales. There's a ton of liquidity down here. A whole lot of liquidity down here. This whole area is liquidity. There's just so much consolidation, right? The market sweeps liquidity. We get a head and shoulders setup after sweeping liquidity. Now, if we would have got a better change of direction, I would have definitely participated, but we don't. So it is what it is for me. And a starting point, send the market down. That is not bad. That is not bad. Change of character, iffy, depending on the person. However, the setup, structure, not bad at all, right? But the next setup that I'm looking at is this break of structure, right? If the market structure is going to respect, we would like it to respect. We have a break of structure to the downside. My new starting point would be here. Now it looks like her entry is a bit lower based off of her fib because I'm seeing her boxes right here, if I'm not mistaken. Kat, you can correct me, but it looks like your box is there. Oh, but it looks like your entry is just a bit lower.
Yes,
So yeah, it
actually, that's
looks like your
correct.
entry is just a bit lower based off of your fib, which is
Mm,
fine as long as you're staying consistent with something. That is great, right? But for me, I would like the market to go just a bit higher and give me my starting point, right? We get the breakout structure with the breakout rally. My last buying candle is there. My stop loss would be here.
I'm trying to stay through
And
within
we
the
would like to
71.
continue with that 1 to 3. Austin has UJ. Yeah, so he has sales just a bit higher. Just a bit higher, which is fine, right? Because we're on, let's see. Let's go to the 1 hour. I do like sales a little bit higher too, based off of structure as well. Now, it's not the cleanest structure, but it is. It's still structure, right? Look at my starting point here. Guys, where is my closest break of structure to that buy zone? It is right here. My change of direction is this wick. No, it's not. I'm sorry. We push higher. It's right here. Notice that's the starting point. for this tiny head and shoulder. It's very, very iffy. Let's if we drop down a lower time frame, we can see it just a bit better. Left shoulder, head, starting point, change of direction, right? So I do see what you're seeing, Austin, right? But that's based off of structure. So this right here would be my head and shoulder with a little bit of starting point action, right? And then we have our 4 hour slash starting point here. Awesome. Stay consistent with that. Stay consistent with that, Catherine. As long as you have your stop loss in the right place, right? If you ever need help adjusting areas and things like that, um, let me know. For me, my stop loss would be a little bit higher based off of the starting point rule. If this is my starting point, the highest wick is my stop loss. But I do know your entry is a bit lower and you are studying something just a tad different, which is okay. Stay consistent with that. And if you find yourself, the market is going a bit higher and you keep getting stopped out just a little bit, then we do have to tweak some things, right? But as of right now, you are on the right path. You are following the structure, you are following the breakout, you are following your fib rules. Everything's on the right track. You just have to stay consistent. And if things are not working out, it happens. We just have to tweak. And that's when it's okay to drop your ego and, tweak a little bit. Everybody has to do a self audit, right? Every trader should do a self audit. If you guys haven't audit yourselves, if you guys haven't looked in your back office in your trading platform, you're like, yo, what pairs am I winning on? Right? If you're winning on AUD CAD or yeah, AUD CAD and NZDJPY, then stick to AUD CAD and NZDJPY. Stop trading gold. Stop trading silver. Stop trading USD CAD, right? Stick to what's paying you, right? If you're taking losses on gold, silver, USDJPY, GBPJPY, if you're taking losses on those things and you know it, why do you keep trading it, right? So everybody should be doing a self audit, right? So again, we tried things, we back test things to see what worked for us, to see how they go with our risk tolerance, with our psychology, and sometimes things don't work out and sometimes things do, right? So it's okay to audit yourself. It's okay to add some things and take out some things, guys. Okay? Just gotta let that be known because sometimes people just add and add and add and add, and then they get lost in the sauce and they don't know what was wrong in the first place. So it's okay to add, and if things go wrong, it's okay to subtract. It happens, part of the game, part of the growth. But congrats, Captain. Way to get your hands dirty, way to mark up. I am loving this right here. I am seeing this structure. I'm just hoping we can continue to the downside, break the structure, change of direction. At the moment, the market did respect this starting point, and we are respecting this low. So, you know, market can mess around and just go higher. So I would like to see, especially if we break structure cap, if we continue going to the downside, I would love to see if we can get this sell opportunity for sure. This change of direction right here would give us a whole lot of confirmation. 100%. I'm liking that. Let's look at some of the trades Austin was sending in. Good job, Cat. Good job. Keep sending them in. Natural gas. Is that something you took? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This setup right here looks pretty nice too. I'm just not liking these equal lows, or this trend line, but I'm liking buys. Again, we never have to be the first one in, guy. Like we could always wait until we get this. And we can start smacking. But I do like the buy bias right now with nat gas. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Man, Austin's just smacking without us, bro. I don't know, Austin. You just be creeping on these calls and then you don't even be like sending in signals, bro. You just be eating without us, big dog. It's crazy. Crazy, my boy. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's look at some random stuff. Random stuff, guys. Random stuff. Let's take a look. Hey, yo, did we call this out on a levels call? Oh, hell no. That's crazy. Do we call this out? I don't even remember. What is this? EURAUD? I don't know. We got smacked. I think we did. Who was looking at this? I think we did look at this. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy movement. But anyways, let's go ahead. We'll dissect. The thing about EURAUD is, I believe, okay, this is all-time highs. Okay, never mind. This is all-time highs. Is it this one? Okay, so EURAUD was definitely bullish. Now, even on the monthly time frame or weekly time frame, this doesn't look like it's ready to head down now. We don't have a nice head and shoulder. We don't have something that looks like this. We don't have that. So it doesn't look like it's ready to head down now, right? And if I'm looking at this, this is my dominant high. This is my dominant low. If I'm looking at this for the future, I'm thinking the market is going to go ahead and make its way a bit higher above this making new higher high, right? Oh, snap. So let's go ahead. Now, I do like this. I do like this whole thing, right? Let's go ahead and just break this down. We have a breakage structure to the upside. We get a starting point. Wow, that's a snipe. That's a snipe. Now let's drop down the daily. Let's see. Do we have a right shoulder after we change direction? We do change direction. Very sus, but we do. And we do get a right shoulder. So now the next buy zone after that is going to be the starting point. Now, do we ever come back there? No, we do not. So we do have possible buy zones right there. However, we had a new buy zone, market respected. It is what it is. We have a liquidity sweep followed by a change of direction, right? We also have an inverted here. So let's drop down the 4 hour now. Now, this is the thing. Look at how the market is just stuck right here. The market isn't really doing much. Market's just stuck. So let's take a look. I would like to buy lower. We also have a starting point right here. Notice too, guys. Notice how we have a setup within the setup. Notice how we have this lower low, lower high, break a structure, change of direction. Let's mark that up too, just so I can show you guys. Break a structure to the downside, change of direction to the upside. Notice how we never come back in this area to get a starting point or the right shoulder. But notice how we have a head and shoulder set up right here, a little tiny one, right? A little baby tiny one, little head and shoulder, right in the same area, right in the same area as a big head and shoulder. Left shoulder, left shoulder, head, change of direction, right? I like these plays. I want to see if we can get an opportunity in here. Now notice what the market is doing right now. The market is consolidating. The market is consolidating. Now, again, the market can definitely save the zones for later. The market could go higher right now. The market can make a lot of liquidity, right? The market can start heading back up, making its thing. We could have equal highs. We could have trendline liquidity. The market can do its thing, guys. However, we have to keep in mind that we have a zone there. We have to set alerts because that zone looks really good, but the market can save these zones for later. Now, look at how the market is just creating liquidity. If we go to the daily, weekly, I'm sure that's just wicks. Notice how we're just creating liquidity right here, guys. Right? Just keep that in mind. Now let's drop down to the 4-hour. I'm just not liking how the market is consolidating. Let's go down to the 1-hour. This is super ugly market structure. Super ugly market structure. But when the market structure is ugly, guys, you guys cannot bite. Okay? You guys cannot bite. Don't be fooled. Don't be aggressive. If you guys look at a chart and you guys are like, wow, things are really ugly right now. Things are really consolidating. Like it's just not a good time. Like, guys, it's not a good time to trade. We don't have to trade it. Okay, just keep that in mind. However, I am seeing this, some equal lows trend line, but it's giving me inverted vibes. It's giving me inverted vibes. I'm not liking these inverted vibes. I think it's gonna get you got. I think someone's about to get clapped. I really hope not, but I feel like this is enticing you a whole lot because we're inside a consolidation. And it just knows. It just knows, man. I'm like, they know. They know. I just don't like that. I just don't like that. However, we have to run our odds, right? If you're someone who trades EURAUD, this is the setup. Your stop loss goes here. But this is the thing, because it is inside consolidation, those aren't my favorite plays. I will be 100% with you. They're not my favorite. So what do we have to do? We have to mark up our breaks of structures and change their directions. Once we get a clean break of structure and a clean change of direction, then I will be more likely to take these buy opportunities. Okay. Way more likely, right? But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys had some clicking moments. I hope that you guys had a great trading week. Guys, this is where we ask questions. We have to get better on Fridays. Sending your charts. It's okay if you take some L's. It is what it is. We have to get better, right? How are you going to get better if you're not asking questions? How are you going to get better if you're not taking constructive criticism, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's call. I hope you guys back test, and I hope you guys are on Monday's call because we will continue breaking down risk to reward and taking trades as they come with the power of opportunities, right? So I hope you guys liked the call. I hope you guys got some clicking moments, and I will see you guys on Monday. Peace out, guys.